Hi, good day, good morning, and good afternoon. I'm Cedric John Erne, and today I'll be walking you through the essential of architecture design in information systems, analysis, and design. We'll look at the main architectural models, the role of non-functional requirements, and why architecture design is such a critical blueprint for system success. So let's start. Purpose of architecture design. Architecture design defines how hardware, software, and networks interact. It is guided by non-functional requirements and results in two key deliverables: the architecture design itself and the hardware software specification. The purpose of architecture design is to ensure that all system components, hardware, software, and networks work together effectively. It's not just about technology, it's about meeting performance, security, and operational needs. The outputs are a clear design and detailed specification of what's required. Core components. Every system is built on four software functions: data storage, data access logic, application logic, and presentation logic, supported by three hardware elements, which is the clients, servers, and networks. These are the building blocks of any system. The way we distribute these functions across hardware defines the architecture. For example, whether data access happens on the client or the server makes a huge difference in performance and scalability. Server-based architecture. All processing occurs on central server, while clients act only as terminals. This model offers strong control and security, but is costly and difficult to scale. This was the earliest model of computing. It's secure and centralized, but as demand grows, the server becomes a bottleneck. Scaling requires expensive upgrades, which makes less practical today. The client-based architecture shifts most processing to the client machines, with the server used only for data storage. It is simple and inexpensive to develop, but creates heavy network loads and has limited scalability. Here, the client does not do most of the work. While this reduces server costs, it can overwhelm networks, especially when large data sets must be transferred. It's efficient for a small system but struggles at scale. Client server architecture balances the workload between clients and servers. Clients handle presentation logic, server manage data, and application logic may be split. It is scalable and flexible, but more complex and costly to develop. This is the dominant model today. It allows organizations to scale gradually and mix different platforms. However, it requires more sophisticated development and maintenance, especially when updating both client and server software. Client server tiers. Client server system can be two-tier, three-tier, or nth tier. More tiers improve scalability and load balancing but increases network traffic and programming complexity. The best example of this is the modern e-commerce systems often use end-tier architectures. For example, a web server handles the interface, an application server processes business logic, and a database server manages data. These separations improve performance but requires careful coordination. Comparing options. Server-based systems are secure but costly and inflexible. Client-based systems are simple and cheap but create network bottlenecks. Client-server systems are scalable and flexible but more complex and expensive to develop. So choosing the right architecture, there is no one size fits all solution. The right choice depends on organizational context, existing infrastructure and priorities like cost, scalability, or security. Non-functional requirements, operational performance, security, and cultural political requirements strongly influence architectural design. They ensure systems are adaptable, reliable, secure, and aligned with organizational and cultural contexts. These requirements often drive architecture choices more than technical features. For example, a system must support multiple languages or strict security standards will need a very different design than one focused only on speed. So, in conclusion, architecture design is the blueprint for system success. Client server dominates today, but trades off exist. Non-functional requirements are critical drivers, and effective design balances cost, scalability, and security. So it is a both technical and strategic decision. It shapes how systems perform, scale, and adapt to future needs. The key is balancing trade-offs and aligning design with organizational goals. Thank you, and it's my pleasure to discuss with you architectural design. That it is for me, and have a good day.